I got to get your take on North Korea as well, because Joe Biden, I'm going to skip the soundbite and get straight to what the North Koreans said. But Joe Biden, in his joint session to Congress, talked about the threat from North Korea, and North Korea responded. Their senior North Korean foreign ministry official said this, put out a statement to AP, saying, Biden's statement clearly reflects his intent to keep enforcing the hostile policy toward the DPRK. It is certain that the U.S. chief executive made a big blunder. Now that the keynote of the U.S. new DPRK policy has become clear, we will be compelled to press for corresponding measures, and the time the U.S. will find itself in a very grave situation. Are we in a grave situation? Where do we stand on that peninsula?
Yeah. Well, finally, we got the bombastic, blustery comments that every administration
yes.
has received from North Korea, for multiple generations. So it's finally here. And I think there are some things that are different. Yes, we got the language, we hear the rhetoric, the threats are there, but there's no ballistic missiles being fired on a regular basis like they were when President Trump assumed power. And we're in a much more dangerous situation with North Korea firing ICBMs, which are missiles that can reach the entirety of the United States, and threatening to use those missiles against the United States. That resulted in the summit. And nothing came of this summit because the United States figured out the North Koreans weren't really serious. I think the Biden administration, looking at that, will not move towards certainly a big summit among the heads of states. They'll work at a much lower level to see if the North Koreans are going to do anything credible in terms of denuclearization, take some small steps in that area. Certainly the North Koreans are still motivated, remove the sanctions. That's what they want. The problem we have here, Pete, is we're in a weakened position because China and Russia have both been covertly supplying North Korea. While they're in trouble, I'm not going to minimize that. They're not as desperate as they were, even though the pandemic has had its impact. So it's a little different. We'll see. The North Koreans will likely, to get the Biden administration, may start firing some ballistic missiles for the same play they always do. Raise the level of threat. Let's have some meetings and get the United States to concede. We didn't concede anything the last time, and I'm hoping that this administration does not move in that direction the same way they're moving in the direction with Iran to take off those sanctions. We got to stick to it here and actually strengthen them, because we can police up some of the things that are not going right, even with our allied countries who have a tendency to back off after a while.
Absolutely.
Let's get after their spine and support it.
General, reminding us that history is not over. General Jack Keane, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.